it's so hard to tell who's getting hits on your team because, there we go. Because when it seems like you all are always making group throws. I don't see hardly anyone throwing by themselves.
No, our main objective is to throw team throw.
Yeah.
You don't get left up there alone, and you don't run back alone.
And I know that the other teammate that was over here a minute ago, I just lost his name.
Fogel. We call him Fogel.
Fogel?
Yep.
It was Jake Butcher.
Yep.
He was saying that one of the other things you all use is something called shadowing. What do y'all mean when you say shadowing?
This is where he'll throw, one person will throw, and then we'll have someone with the ball running in front of them. They'll block the ball, and they'll make sure our teammates don't get hit, and if they need be, guard them by throwing the ball they have in their hand.
Gotcha. So are those roles, do you already have people picked out that where they have like they're dedicated throwers, they're dedicated shadowers?
We have our throwers, and we have people that are very good at shadowing, and very good head on a swivel, so to say. They are very good at watching where the ball is and being able to defer that ball away.
Gotcha. What would you say is the biggest strength that Saginaw Valley has in tournament play?
I think it's our ability to really coheres. Everyone knows what everyone's role is. It's really just team bonding.
Okay.
We're really working on that, and I think that's something we really capitalize on.
What would you say is the weakness? What's the thing that your captains are always saying, we've got to work on this, we've got to do this, this is the thing that we need to, focus on?
What we've been struggling with is like the throwing alone thing, which we've been working on, as you can see.
Yeah.
It's having someone to throw and throwing with, and having a shadow on the way back, because that's killed us in that earlier games.
So it's more because it seems like, obviously Saginaw known in the league as one of the best teams in the league. So it sounds like fundamentals aren't so much the problem; it's more tactics that are your focus.
Yep. Yeah, we practice on our tactics, our specifics like team throwing, shadowing, countering. That's a real big thing we've been working on this year, is countering. Being able to run after those people as they're backpedaling back.
Yeah. Now I gotta ask, beating Grand Valley, what was that like?
That was epic. That hit home, and that was very cool because they're still a big force, but that was really cool to bring down the Titans, so to say.
And we've been saying for years, it has to happen eventually. Someone has to take Grand Valley down.
Yes.
And we were always banking on Saginaw Valley to do it, just because it seemed like every year for the title it was the two of you going for the title.
This year it might actually be a three-way. From what we've seen, Central is on top right now. We're picking them apart, finding their flaws, and hopefully we get that in the coming games tomorrow.
How much strategy, do you find yourself doing a lot of strategizing between different teams? For example, do you go into a game against Kansas State differently than you would a game against Grand Valley?
I think the first point feels them out, sees how they play, sees how they react, and the next points we regroup and strategize. But I think there's only way to know, to tell how they're going to play is by the first point. And then we took our first 2 points. That was what decided it right there.
Looks like we got a shot clock violation on Kansas.
Yeah, 10
I think this is their first year. They're a little struggling with their
The biggest problem here, I think, is it's not like football where it's the normal rules.
Yeah.
This is kind of one of those deals where if you don't sit down and crunch through the rule book, it's hard to do. And the biggest problem is it seems like every school has some small differences they play with. I know one of the ones that we saw at the national tournament last year that I'd never seen before, everyone knows the ball clearing rule. After the break, you have to clear the ball on the baseline. There was another school that was insistent that the other option you had was to run up, get a ball, stand in the midline for 10 seconds, and then you could throw. So their team would run up, grab balls, and just stand in the middle, and no one really knew what to do against it. Come to find out, that's not a rule at all. It doesn't work that way. No. But it's just proof that everyone kind of has their own little changes.
It takes where you're from and what you grew up with.
Yep.
And it kind of varies a little bit with the rule book, and you really have to practice and do it in repetition.
Agreed. If you had to, I know that we just had the All-Star game earlier.
Yeah.
Who are the players that SVU just, oh my gosh.
He's one of our premier catchers.
Yeah, wow, doing the splits and catching. You wouldn't expect that from a big guy like Jardine.
No.
Well, I'm sure you have to jump back in with your team. Yes. Pleasure talking to you. If you wouldn't mind sending someone else over when you get a chance, that'd be great.